Welcome everyone to lesson 121. Okay, lesson 121. Today we are going to be talking about proportional relationships. Now, it's really important that you have done your learning log before you do this lesson. The learning log, problem 1-46, talking about what is a proportional relationship? How do I see a proportional relationship in a table, in a graph? How do I make a unit rate? Okay, so I'm going to make sure that we have our answers to that problem before we begin problem 121. So here we go. Question number 1. How do I see a proportional relationship in a table? Well, I see it right here. Here's 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now each part of the table is multiplied by these numbers. I want you to notice 0 times 3 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. And it works on the bottom of the table with 7. 0 times 7 is 0. 1 times 7. 2 times 7. 3 times 7. 4 times 7. This is called, sometimes people would call this skip counting. Sometimes people would call this following a pattern. Remember, mathematics is the study of patterns. When you see a pattern in a table, and it also starts at 0, 0, it's probably a proportional relationship. For example, going to work is usually proportional. Guess what? When you do 0 work, you get 0 money. If you get paid minimum wage, $15 an hour, 1 hour, 15, 2 hours, 30, 3 hours, 45, 4 hours, 60. It's proportional, okay? So, in a table, we're looking for a pattern. In a graph, there are two things. Also, starting at 0, 0, the origin. We're thinking about work. You do 0 work, you get 0 money. Okay? And so we also are looking for a straight line. A straight line. The origin and straight line. Why a straight line? Because the straight line indicates a pattern. Okay? Third thing, unit rate. Unit rate is when you have a fraction and the denominator is 1. Okay? For example, let me give you this. $100 for 4 hours of work. Okay? I work morning tree work and I got paid $100 for working 4 hours. How much did I make per 1 hour? Well, 100 divided by 4 would give me $25 an hour. Okay? A fraction that has 1 as the denominator. This is the key to understanding how proportional relationships work, is finding that unit rate. What is not a unit rate? Notice this table does not begin at 0. Notice, yes, the pattern is going up by 1, but notice it doesn't follow the multiplication pattern. 0 times any number, let's see, it's 1. 0 times 1 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. But notice, it doesn't follow that here. 0 times 5 is 5. 1 times 5? No, that doesn't follow the pattern. So you have to recognize that proportional relationships start at 0, 0. This does not start at 0, 0. Therefore, it is not a proportional relationship. Now, let's go ahead and do today's lesson. It is going to be crucial that you have a calculator for today's lesson, whether that's a handheld calculator or an online calculator. It's going to make things go a little bit faster. Now, what you need to do in this problem, in all of today's work, we are working with proportional relationships with graphs and tables. I am going to get you started, but I am not reviewing all of the answers. I'm going to get you started. You're going to pause the video and you're going to finish. So here we go. A, part Marvin often cleans the dishes for her mother. She can clean 17 plates in 10 minutes. How many plates can she clean in different amounts of time? So I think, can I clean, how many plates will I clean in 0 minutes? 0, 0. Oh, all right, I can do that. Now, let's think about 5, or maybe I should just do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? I'm thinking, okay, I know how many plates I can clean in 10 minutes. All right, now I've got the table set up. I can also create a unit rate. Here's 0, 10, 20. That's too thick, Mr. McCoy. Let's go ahead and make that a little smaller. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Notice you have to scale your graph. Notice how I count going up. I'm going to count easy. I'm going to count by 17s. Yeah, that's a smart thing, Mr. McCoy. So I am going to know that 0, 0 starts here, and I'm going to continue on. But I am not going to finish this for you. You need to do that, and we're going to draw that out the rest of the way. Pause the video, finish A. Okay, let's tackle problem letter B. Yasmin's puppy Maggie weighed 14 ounces at birth. How old are you when you are born? 0. 14 ounces when it is born. She doubled her weight in 10 days. I'm going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She doubled her weight. Double that, and you're going to get a number. Now, I want you to count your axes like this. 0. This is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And going up, I would like you to go ahead and count by, let's go ahead and say 10s. Okay, that'll help us do this. So go ahead, plot your points, and I want you to notice 0, 14, here's 20. I want you to notice this does not start at 0, 0. Interesting. Letter C. Angel saw an internet pop-up advertisement for an investment that doubles money every year. Okay, years. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice I start by counting my table. Notice I start by counting my graph. Okay? If Angel invests the $20 her grandmother gave her for her birthday, how much will she have in various years? So we're starting at 20. So let's go ahead and count by 20s maybe. Okay, now you have to complete the table, you have to complete the graph. Now, D, this is probably the most important question here. Which of the situation in parts A through C describe a proportional relationship? Which of these follows a pattern and starts at 0, 0? Okay, describe how you know. Well, I just gave it to you. Starts at 0. Follows a pattern, okay? And I want you to write that in for problem letter D. Pause the video to complete the work. All right, let's go ahead and tackle problem 1-42, okay? Here we go. Douglas regularly mows his neighbor's lawn. Notice, Doug. Last month, Doug's neighbor paid him $55 right here for 6 hours of mowing. Okay? Click on the, if you want to use Desmos, you can online. Okay? But here's the thing. What we need to do is we need to answer question letter A. Is this situation most likely a proportional relationship? Well, remember, this is work. How much money do you get paid for 0 hours of work? Well, that's probably $0. Is this a proportional relationship? I would say yes. How do I know? It starts at 0, 0, and it follows a pattern, right? If you do 55 hours or $55 for 6 hours, what do you think would happen for 12? Double the hours, double the dollars. Okay? Most of the time, work is proportional. B, make a table that shows how much Doug earns for various numbers of hours of mowing. Notice I went from 0, 6, 12. I would like you to include 3 and 9. Find the amount of money. Pause the video to find the amount of money. C, Johnny brags that he's getting paid more money than Doug to mow lawns. Johnny gets paid according to the graph. Here's Johnny. Johnnny. Johnny. Okay? Well, I need to be able to read this graph. Who is getting paid more? Well, the key is finding these dots. These are called lattice points. I would like you to notice that there's a lattice point here and a lattice point here. Okay? I know that for 0 hours, Johnny gets paid nothing. For 4 hours of work, Johnny is getting paid that much money. Go ahead and record your answer. Who is getting paid more? How do you know? Okay, D. At what unit rate do Johnny and Doug each get paid? How do you know? Now, I'm going to help you with this one because you have to have your calculator out. Remember, to find unit rate, we need to turn it into a 1 fraction. So here I have 55 over 6. Tell me, when you divide 55 divided by 6, how much are they getting paid per hour? For Johnny, we have this number divided by 4. Whatever this number is, divided by 4 hours. Turn that into a 1 hour fraction. Then you can compare to see who is getting paid more. Okay? If it is not already there, how could you show the unit rate in Doug's table? Well, notice I didn't include it. But if you wanted to include it in the table, that would be the 1. The 1, which should be right there, would be the unit rate. Okay? That's where you could put it. Do you have to put it? No, but that's where you can find it. All right. Problem 1-43. Feroza's pet ferret eats so much that Feroza has to buy ferret food in bulk. 5 pounds costs $17.50 and 30 pounds cost $105. Make a graph of the cost of the ferret food for various sizes. Here we go. I am going to do 0. I'm going to do 1. I'm going to do 5. I'm going to do 10. I'm going to do 20. And I'm going to do 30. I know that doesn't follow a pattern, but I'm going to do this anyway. So here we go. Tell me, if you go into the store and you buy 0 pounds of ferret food, how much money are you going to spend? Well, 0. Notice we have our first point at 0, 0. Okay? Now, I'm leaving 1 for my unit rate, just because I want that spot there. Now, it tells us 5 pounds costs $17.50. Now, if I double the 5, I get 10. If I double the food cost, I get 33. Now here's the thing. A 30-pound bag costs $105. Okay? Now, is this, hold on. Okay, good. So, I want you to go ahead and, is that right? Nope, that's not right. I made a mistake. It's not 33. Mr. McCoy can't add. It's 35. My apologies. I doubled wrong. Mr. McCoy makes errors too. Okay, now, you can find the 20, and what I want you to do to find the unit rate, this one, because it says calculate the unit rate, you need to go ahead and take any of these numbers and divide. Divide the y by the x, and that will give you your unit rate. Okay? Spread out your graph. You can count it by tens on the x-axis. 10, 20, 30. Okay? And you can go ahead and plot those points. You can decide how to scale your y-axis. Pause the video to finish this problem. All right, let's do one more problem. Now, in your math notebook, I believe it is labeled problem 1-44. Would you please make sure that you change it to 1-45? 1-45. Do that now. Okay, here we go. The larger bag of ferret food is on sale at Super Pet Mart for $89. Feroza made the following table. Explain to Feroza why the cost of food at Super Pet Mart is not a proportional relationship. So I want you to get your calculator, and I want you to do a couple things. I want you to go ahead and take 1750, and I want you to divide it by 5. That's the unit rate here. Then I want you to take the unit rate 89 from here and compare these two answers. Unit rates in proportional relationships are the same. The question is it? Okay? You need to compare this. I also want you to graph this. Graph it, and I think that you're going to see something on the graph as to why it is not a proportional relationship. Okay? Pause the video to finish that up. All right, let's bring this lesson to a close. Proportional relationships happen all over in our lives. We see it in money, how we get paid. We also see proportional relationships in how we pay. Like at the gas station, same price per gallon. Okay? We see proportional relationships in tables by seeing a pattern. We see proportional relationships in graphs. Does it start at 0, and does it grow in a straight line, which is a pattern. And these problems today are going through those different ideas. Thank you for tuning in to today's video lesson. Please make sure that you are doing a review preview for homework. Stay tuned for tomorrow's lesson. We'll see you then.